to Throne Talk, where we dive deep into the latest royal happenings. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss any updates on the royal family. Today, we're talking about Meghan Markle, her staff, and the behind-the-scenes drama that has unfolded. Let's get into it. Meghan Markle, once a Hollywood actress turned Duchess of Sussex, has lived a life that many of us can only dream of. But, as it turns out, not all that glitters is gold when you're part of the royal family. Behind the royal glamour, there's been a lot of tension, especially when it comes to her relationships with staff members. Now, before you get all cozy with your tea and think this is just some gossip fest, remember this: Meghan's position as a royal was never going to be easy. She was stepping into a world that had centuries of history, expectations, and let's face it, a lot of rules. But despite all that, she went ahead and made waves, and not all of them were smooth. And guess what? It wasn't just the media that had a field day with Meghan. Her own staff had their hands full. Imagine juggling royal duties, public scrutiny, and dealing with a team that may or may not be on the same page with you. Sounds like a Netflix drama, right? One of the most talked about issues Meghan faced was her treatment of her staff. Reports surfaced that she had a challenging time with the pressure of managing her household and her public image. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, after all, had big plans. They wanted to redefine what it meant to be modern royals. But, as they quickly learned, that vision wasn't always shared by those around them. In one of the most widely discussed moments, Meghan and Prince Harry hired a communications secretary, who eventually left the position. The departure sparked rumors about why she left. Was it the pressure? Was it a personality clash? Or was it something deeper? We may never know, but it made headlines. And that wasn't the only staff issue. Meghan reportedly had difficulty finding the right personal assistants. In fact, she had several assistants leave in a very short time. Some reports even claimed that she was difficult to work with some employees feeling the weight of constant demands. Imagine working for a royal couple, with the eyes of the world on you, and trying to keep everything running smoothly. Now, add the pressure of meeting their expectations. It's no wonder things got rocky. But let's take a step back. Is it really fair to just blame Meghan for all of this? After all, she was thrust into a royal family that was, well, somewhat infamous for its internal drama. The royal family isn't exactly known for being the warmest, most welcoming bunch. It's more like a family reunion where everyone's in a fancy suit and you can't quite figure out who's the second cousin twice removed. So in reality, Meghan had a lot to contend with. Royal protocols, traditions, the media, and yes, her staff. However, Meghan's struggles with her staff weren't entirely one-sided. Many of the staff who worked for her and Harry reportedly left under strained circumstances. Some said they didn't like the way Meghan and Harry's relaxed approach to royal duties clashed with traditional protocols. In other words, they wanted to move in one direction while some staff members were stuck in the past, holding on to centuries-old ways of doing things. But before you start feeling sorry for Meghan, remember that she did hire her staff. She had the power to choose her team, and that comes with the responsibility of making sure everyone is on the same page. And while some reports were sympathetic to her struggles, others painted her as a princess with impossible standards. It's not easy, though. Every royal family member, from the Queen to Prince William, has had their own ups and downs with staff. It's part of the job, unfortunately. But the truth is, being royal often means you're constantly under a microscope, and sometimes, it's just hard to keep up. In one of her most famous interviews, Meghan admitted that she struggled with the pressure. It wasn't just about the royal duties, but also about finding her place in a family that was already well-established and highly scrutinized. She and Harry, who were both trying to carve out a new path for themselves, found themselves isolated from many royal traditions and expectations. And while that may have been a breath of fresh air for them, it also made their relationship with staff much more difficult. But there's also the other side to this. Some staff members have praised Meghan for her work ethic, her determination, and her willingness to try and do things differently. She brought a modern touch to a very traditional institution. Whether you love or hate her, you can't deny that Meghan Markle has left a significant mark on the royal family. Now let's lighten up a bit. Because, hey, it's not all serious business. One funny aspect of Meghan's relationship with her staff is that she once had to deal with a very bizarre situation. There was an infamous incident where a staff member allegedly mixed up her schedule and caused a lot of confusion. I mean, can you imagine? One minute you're sitting down to discuss royal engagements, and the next, you're being told that your schedule has gone completely haywire. Talk about a royal mix-up. But seriously, let's talk about the real reason behind all this tension. Was it a clash of cultures? Maybe. A clash of personalities? Possibly. Or was it simply the weight of royal life, the demands, and the constant media attention? Who knows? But what we do know is that Meghan Markle, like many before her, faced challenges with her staff, and it wasn't always easy. So, what can we learn from all of this? Well, royal life is not all sunshine and crowns. Behind the glamour, there are a lot of struggles, not just for Meghan but for anyone who enters the royal fold. Whether it's managing expectations, dealing with public scrutiny, or navigating the intricacies of royal tradition, it's clear that royal life is far from easy. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more royal stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll keep bringing you the latest updates and behind-the-scenes drama that the royal family doesn't want you to know about. Thanks for tuning in to Throne Talk, where we spill the royal tea. Until next time.